Good evening, and welcome to Idasa, the Dark Crusade Season 2. We start tonight, as many of these medieval cities are not as strictly districted, although on a map it seems fairly clear where the lines go. This scene takes place somewhere between the South Wall slums and the upper parts of the city that border it. We start this scene by zooming in or focusing in on a young member of the clan of the healers,
Yay.
Annabelle.
Yes.
And what is Annabelle doing?
Annabelle is walking in the streets, going from alleyway to alleyway. Not really hiding, but she seems to be looking for people. And once in a while, she'll stop where there are a cluster of people and she will chat for a bit and then she'll continue on.
As you're walking, um, you'll notice as you're walking up and you're coming closer to another group, you'll see two guys. They look like monks, but they do not wear any robes. They wear normal clothing, and they don't seem to have any like most most people that are part of an order of monks or religious order have some sort of sign or insignia or something on their clothing that identifies them. These do not have. These are just common clothing, but they look look as though they're attentive of their surroundings. And just in front of them, or up to them, comes walking a very beautiful woman who seems, yeah, she just looks around and she's engaging with some beggars at this moment. She's talking with them, it seems. Um, and yeah, it is clear that yeah, some of the guys just look at her because of for obvious reasons, but you see like one or two of the beggars seem to just smile, almost as though they recognize her. Um, so maybe this is something she does more than actually does this regularly. Who knows?
As Annabelle walks through the street, she sees this beautiful woman and she kind of stops and stares, transfixed by, well, her beauty. And she will watch from a distance.
Hmm. Um, I'll just roll two things here. Madeline is just oh damn. Madeline will just finish. She actually caresses one of the just like strokes to her chin, one of these beggars, um, and seems to almost whisper something to one of them, and then just smiles, and they smile back, and she seems to. Hmm, if you wouldn't, her clothing doesn't suggest it, but she could be one of the clergy. This would be something that some people of the clergy would do. Anyway, she at one point she just stands up and she looks over and she just kind of your gaze catches hers and she just looks at you. Then she smiles and does a slight bow of the head.
Annabelle will incline her head as well, and she looks at Madeline, kind of gauging her to see if she has friendly intentions or if she's more like, "Don't you dare come near me."
She, I mean, it's quite clear she's just standing there smiling. What she does is she just gestures to the two men to kind of stay back. Um, and one of them just nods to her, and she will slowly begin to come closer to you. She, I mean, you could do in perception empathy, but she doesn't look particularly threatening in any way, really.
Roll for the sake of rolling. Oh shit! 4 successes.
You get the clear impression that um, she's she seems relaxed and she seems um, perhaps a bit. Maybe she's interested. Uh, maybe maybe she seems relaxed and she seems fairly open towards you. And she will come over and she will just say, "Good evening."
And Annabelle will incline her head again. Good evening.
Out of character, what is your character's appearance rating?
2.
Okay, that's fine. She will just say, oh, a young woman, by the looks of it alone. I suppose there are people who do this, but I am quite sure you know that it is quite a dangerous thing.
Annabelle nods. Yes, there have been strange things going on in the city of late, but I'm fairly confident in my ability to keep myself safe while I move through these corridors.
There was quite a lot of crime, quite a few brutal men around who would, well, take advantage of such a young woman as yourself.
She nods. Although I hope never to encounter men like that.
I'm quite sure you have encountered quite a few of them already. And she smiles. And she comes closer and she just says, given our, and she whispers to you, family, we do tend to meet certain people who are unscrupulous, no?
She smiles back at you. Yes, although I'm fortunate enough that within our domain, people with those tendencies are less than here within the city walls.
You misunderstand me, dear child. And she will just, please, come, walk with me.
And Annabelle will step to next to you and she'll walk with you.
And she will speak lowly and she'll just say, the two of us. Well, I just out of character. Does your character have the merit deceptive aura?
Nope.
All right. I do believe that the two of us are related somewhat.
Anna looks a bit puzzled, but she politely stays quiet.
Tell me, it is, if you would allow it, please. And she will, again, very lowly, just whisper to you, might I know your clan, your blood?
Then how is it that we are so similar? If I may ask.
Madeline will just look at her and just, with that question, Madeline would have thought, she just looks a bit puzzled at you and just, isn't it quite obvious?
I think I'm going to make an intelligence, what is it? K-Night Lore.
Well, I mean, just FYI, maybe you didn't hear it, but she did ask for your clan and your blood.
Ask, I thought she
So,
said she knew.
okay, no. She asked if she would be so bold as to ask for your clan. So that would be fairly, yeah, just
Annabelle will very softly respond. I'm from the Celebrity clan.
Madeline just nods and smiles. Yeah. So you are of the, well, that can be, of course, many things. I do not believe I have seen you before. You a recent arrival to the city, or?
I have lived here for some time, but I recently stepped out underneath the shadow of my mentor.
Ah, well, welcome. Welcome to the true,
Thank you.
true knights, shall we say. I apologize, I have not introduced myself. I am Sister Madeleine of the Magisters. And she will just, actually, she will just put out a hand.
Annabelle will very lightly take your hand in hers, and she will incline her head. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, my lady.
Oh, please, I am not a lady. I am not of noble birth. But I thank you for that term of praise. Anyway, you'll notice that she puts her other hand on the other side of yours and just holds it for a moment and just smiles at you and just says, "So you have lived here for so long? Tell me, I recently do not normally get this far south. It is, well, not the most safe place in the city. You can take care of yourself, I am quite sure, but why on earth are you here? If you do not mind me asking, of course."
Out of character, she wasn't specifically referring to the slums or to wherever we are, more as in Edessa.
No, she was referring to like this far south in the
Oh,
city,
yeah.
as in it's fairly crime ridden. Well, it's a lively part of town, so
I was recently asked to investigate some troubling circumstances.
ah. I see. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, that explains a lot, but I will not tell you what to do. Although I would advise you to probably have a chaperone or at least someone to follow you. There is some strength in numbers.
She inclines her head. I will take your advice under consideration.
Well, it is merely, yeah, well, you will do as you wish, of course. I should not imply to you orders or anything in that fashion, not in this anyway. But tell me, what do you think of this city? Did you travel here or have you always lived here?
During my, human years, I moved here with my then parents. And I grew up in the city until my sire found me.
Hmm.
How about you? What brought you to this city?
Well, I came back. Well, as you may or may not know, I was once the city's senator, but alas, a scholarly trip took me far away, and now I have returned. I was the seneschal under Ulrich, and he was baron of this city.
Annabelle nods. Yes, I have had the pleasure to meet Ulrich.
A wonderful man. Tough and headstrong. Mm. Even, what shall we call it, tunnel vision sometimes, but he is good. Good at the bottom.
Annabelle nods. It's unlike me to find many people with the same kind of vision in life. So it's very refreshing to find it outside of my own clan.
There are many surprises waiting for us all. You will have quite a few in the coming months. I believe that if you were to succeed in your investigations, the answers will be, well, unsettling, or at the very least, will always be challenging. The child, do remember, in every challenge, in every hard situation where we are pressured to do maybe harm to ourselves or at least suffer for our works, there is a lesson to be learned.
Annabelle nods. Yes, you seem as wise as my sire.
Thank you, my dear. It is good to meet a young one who knows. And she stops for a second, who knows how to be very courteous and act in the best way. It certainly warms my heart to meet one such as you. And she will smile to you. Um, you can make a perception empathy roll if you want to.
Sure, why not?
that last statement and the way she was about that, um, it didn't come across to you as an elder speaking down uh, to a neonate. If you were to, there was something in the way she said it, in the way she generally has been when she's talking to you. That's more like what you could remember from like a mother talking to a child.
Oh.
Not in a condescending way, but in a loving way, which is a little odd, but
Do you
that's
want
the that's the vibe you get when
uh,
you
do
talk.
you want to roll a peony on me as well?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Ah, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's more than enough. Over the course of this whole conversation, where Annabelle first was a bit worried, then a bit relieved that after she told you which clan she was, there wasn't a negative reaction, and now she's just positively beaming at the praise that she's getting. She thinks you're nice.
Well, I must speak with your sire. Compliments do. Who is your sire, or is he still in the city?
She nods. He's still in the city. Abraham.
Ah, I will speak with him. It has not been too long since I've come back, but I tend to meet all the new inhabitants of this great city. Ah,
She smiles at you. I think Abraham would also like to meet you and be able to chat with you as I now have the opportunity to do so.
mm. I am quite sure he will. Ah, and she will just, you can see, like, she looks back and you can see the two guys they are following her, but they're like, there's a good distance between you and them. And she will just look at them and just gesture something to them. And she will just say, well, it has been, Annabelle, it has been a very good pleasure to meet you. If I were to get into contact with you or your sire, I suppose I can leave a message with him and it will get to you.
She nods. Yes, my sire uh, owns a chapel on the hill in the farmlands. If you send a message there, you'll be sure that it will reach Abraham and me.
Am I to understand that it is you live here? Live there? You live outside of the city?
She nods.
A dangerous proposition, but it is not the first time I've heard of such.
She smiles. The humans are very kind to me. I don't feel any threats coming from them, so I'm quite comfortable living among them.
You can see Madeline just has a few seconds where her facial expression changes and she gets a little worried or seems a little concerned, and then it changes back into that smile and just, well, I suppose your clan and your sire will have no trouble with the locals. And she smiles.
Annabelle smiles back. So, what brought you back to the city?
Well, it had been, it has been, well, more than a lifetime for a human since I last saw you. This was, well, something I wanted to rectify. I knew he was coming here. Other than that, there are some questions about this city I once tried to answer. But now I will attempt to answer them once more. Other than that, well, this city is a part of me now. And once something is part of you, you cannot let it go, even though you might try so much. Besides, my clan as well, in these trying times, have need of me.
I can't say I. Oh no, that's not true. I have met someone else from your clan. Um, a youngest sombra named Aaron, I think.
Irene?
Uh, yeah, that one.
No, no, she was just quite alright. She is very young, but a good child. She is loyal to her sire, as I suspect you are, which is a very, very good thing to see.
Annabelle nods. And if you want, you can roll peony for that.
No, no, no. Melon is quite fine. She'll just she'll smile at you again, and she'll just no. You are here on the orders of the Hound, so I will not keep you for much longer. Please. And she will give you a description of a place where you can meet her if there is any need of it. She'll just say, if you leave a message, I will, well, mostly be around. You can leave a message to when you want to meet, and I shall make my utmost endeavor to facilitate the meeting in one of the following nights.
Annabelle nods. Thank you. It truly was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, young one. Have a good evening. And she will, with her two ghouls, like, it's obvious that they're ghouls by now, and she will just, with them, begin to walk off. She will once again curtsy to you, and yeah, the two of them will, or the three of them will walk off. You'll see them, they're walking in a more northerly direction. So they're walking north in town.
Hmm. And Annabelle will take the advice of beautiful woman to heart, and she'll make her way out of the city and back to her domain where her sire can protect her. She's walking around without escort.
Well, as Madeline proceeds to scare this young one, um, I should have rolled an intimidation check. This scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and welcome to watching. Good night.